Shadow of the Tomb Raider is out, and by Jove if I haven't been playing the ever-loving snot out of it and enjoying every second. If you've seen anything else on this channel, you probably aren't surprised by this revelation. If you haven't, boy have I got a playlist for you. But even for me, a veteran of the Crystal Dynamics Tomb Raider reboots, there were a few things about Shadow of the Tomb Raider that caught me by surprise.
Okay, let's make sure everything's copacetic here.
Lara Croft is a stone-cold killer at this point. There are a few moments when the humanity from the 2013 reboot kicks in, but they're brief intermissions along a trail of bodies that makes Rambo look like an amateur. Lara is no longer a conflicted survivalist. Her hesitation is gone, her self-assurance fully realized, and the best part? You get to see it fail her. The game begins with her screwing up and getting eaten by her hubris not once, but twice. Those jaguars are hubris. But seriously, you want proof that the timid archaeologist, the I'm not that kind of Croft Lara from the first game, is gone? Here she is staring down a jaguar. Here she is killing that jaguar. Here she is staring down its buddy. And here she is killing its buddy, skinning its corpse instead of seeing to her wounds, and then sewing a dadgum poncho out of its uncured hide. She's got a flipping recurve bow, and suddenly she's the apex predator in this jungle? How is that normal? Okay, the fact that the game is set in a jungle did not actually surprise me, but the quality of that jungle did. Don't get me wrong, the settings in the first two games of this series were excellent, well designed and immersive, but there's just something about this jungle environment. It's lush, it feels incredibly full, and it is packed so full of harvestables that it's literally uncomfortable. Never before have I been so self-conscious of my compulsive looting habits than I was at the beginning of this game, with Jonah following me around and watching me desperately scramble from bush to tree to crate, pulling crap off of them like some kind of madwoman. But yeah, the jungle is great. So this is kind of a first for this reboot franchise? Okay, not entirely. There were characters in Rise of the Tomb Raider that would give you, like, side quests and stuff like that, and were there NPC villagers that you weren't supposed to kill in the first game? I honestly can't remember. But the locals in this game did catch me by surprise. They're not going to stand up against the NPCs and say, The Witcher, but there are a lot of them, and they're placed naturally, and you can actually talk to some of them. Considering my previous adventures with Lara, I was genuinely surprised to find myself inside a town filled with people I wasn't supposed to ice pick in the base of the neck. Some of you, those familiar with my review of the 2013 Tomb Raider, will recall that QuickTime events just about killed that game for me before the conflict and characters could get me invested. One of my favorite bits of Rise of the Tomb Raider was the enormous reduction in those scripted actions following immediately after a cutscene. Shockingly, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is even worse than the 2013 game, which, well, is more than a bit of a disappointment.
Why don't you rest for a while?
You sure?
I promise you.
Seriously, Jonah, what is going on with that thing?